Okay, guys, we're here with a modern preliminary event. 4 rounds of high-level Magic against a lot of very strong players. We're going to be playing Eldrazi Tron. This is my usual list that I've been going with recently. 2 Warping Whale, 2 Dismember, Mind Stone, and an Ulamog are the one-of/fun-ofs in the deck. Tech Edge, Radiant Fountain, Scavenger Grounds, and Cavern of Souls is my utility lands. 13 sideboard cards for Karn and 2 Spatial Contortions. So let us get into it. When the die roll, I do think Chalice is largely going to be good in most matchups in Modern right now, so I'm going to keep a hand that has Chalice in it, as well as like other things to do. 2 pieces of Tron, a Temple, 2 Chalices, 2 Matter Shapers seems pretty reasonable to me. Unfortunate that we happen to run into what looks to be the mirror, although it could be Green Tron. And if it's Green Tron and they don't have a 1-drop, we're pretty screwed, but, I think I have to play out Chalice 1, hoping that it does something of relevance. Seeing as it doesn't do anything to our hand, there's a possibility we'll get our opponent with it. It's possible I'm just supposed to play Tower there, actually. Because it makes it so if I draw Tron, it's actually better for me, seeing as like this Temple doesn't actually affect anything. It looks like they're just on nothing. That's unfortunate. Looks like our own. Their own Reality Smasher. Yeah, if they're on Reality Smasher, it's already going to be kind of bad for me. So I think I'm just going to do this. Go get. I'm going to go get Sky Sovereign here, actually. It's the best way to, like, play around a lot of stuff, I think. While also making it so Karn's on the board, and Karn being on the board I think is good. What are you doing? I think Sky Sovereign is just very, very good against Tron. Well, they ripped Tron off the top, unfortunately. That's really bad for me. Unfortunately, our Chalice 1 ended up both not doing anything, as well as, like, hurting us. If we draw a land next turn, we can Sky Sovereign this, so that's something for us. We could plus our own Chalice to get Expedition Map, but they have Karn out, so that doesn't quite work. They really have Smasher as well. That sucks a lot. Well, if we find a way to kill this Scion, or I guess we just draw a land, we're in a pretty good spot, I would say. It's not a bad land to draw. Can Sky Sovereign this down, attack Karn. If they have Dismember, it's really bad for me if I do that. I'm going to play around Dismember, like, though Scion is not that important here, I think. It's not that important, like, compared to, like, how bad it can go for us. They got Liquid Melancholy, which makes me think there's a possibility they just have another Karn. And if they have another Karn, it's pretty bad for us. If they have another Karn, like, not getting rid of the Scion ends up hurting us a lot. Yeah, that's like the huge punish, because now we can't really like deal with them, even though they're gonna have. Like, this is obviously the worst case scenario for us. Chalice on 2 there. I don't think we want to, although I could be wrong. Like, it's possible we just like Sorcerer Spyglass. Oh, they Spyglass. Thing is, like, if we draw, like, Dismember, it's, like, somewhat good to keep some of these cards in to deal with this Smasher. I mean, this mirror is just, like, really, really bad. Sky Sovereign, okay, they... Seems so weird. They didn't just, like, take me off Tron. Gives me, like, so many outs here, I feel like. Okay, so they're gonna tech edge me. Well, if they tech edge me with the Scion. Interesting. I guess I just have to attack with both. This really sucks, like, a lot. Like, we didn't take out the Scion. Ended up being, like, the worst case scenario. I decided to play around, dismember it, and they're just doing, like, I don't really understand my opponent's plays, like, at all. But everything ended up working out worst possible scenario, where they had second Karn, not killing the Scion, ended up working out against us. They didn't have the dismember or whatever. We didn't draw, like, anything to do with our Tron after they decided to not tech edge. Decided to take a really greedy line. But that's life. I can do this and plus on the Sky Sovereign. So we can just, like, block. If they have Dismember here, then, I mean, our play ended up being good, I guess. Sky Sovereign. No, give and take, give and take. Second Smasher. That sucks. I mean, I'm going to be blocking with this, like, regardless, because it doesn't do anything anyways. Actually, wait, it keeps our Karn alive as well, so it's, like, double good for us. I need to have something to protect against this, which they could just go get, like, Blister or something. Our hand was actually pretty good, mainly because they top deck Tron. They didn't top deck Tron on like one turn. I think I would have easily won this game. They're getting their own Sky Sovereign. Okay. So I Sky Sovereign down my Karn. I kill their Karn. They have Sky Sovereign. But their Sky Sovereign doesn't actually do anything because they search the Spyglass. I guess they could kill my Matter Shaper here. I guess that's actually reasonable. Okay, they're killing my Karn. Then that doesn't matter, like, at all. I wonder why they killed my Karn instead of my Matter Shaper. It seems kind of weird now thinking about it. But the way that this game played out, it makes me think that their hand is kind of bad. So we're actually not, like, out of it quite yet. Either their hand is bad or they have a third Karn. Or their hand is really, really good. But my guess is that their hand is not very good. They haven't missed a land drop yet, so my hope is that they kind of just have, like, All's Dust Chalice map in their hands, some combo of those. Take the hit here. I don't really want to chump when I have two Matter Shapers out. That Matter Shaper, okay. I just have y'all losing Tron here. Blast Zone. That is interesting somewhat. Let's pass. I can double block the Reality Smash potentially. That's basically just like who draws better. We're somewhat at board parity here. My guess is they have some amount of dead cards in their hand. And I obviously have two dead cards in my hand because of the Chalice. Wow. Okay. I'll block like this. This is great for me, I think. And they could have Dismember here, but, like, I have to make this block every time. 2, 3, 4. I need to find something here. It's kind of something. Okay. Looks like they didn't actually have a bad hand, and they didn't really have any dead cards in their hand. I assume they're going to shove both at Ugin here. While they're shoving both at me. I have to block here. Obviously, if they hit, like, Ballista, we're dead, but we were basically dead to Ballista anyways. They're going to put that one into play, don't they? TKS. That's annoying, but we have the Blast on 4. So we kind of have an answer to it. So we get basically 2 draw steps, and with Ugin out, we can cast most of what we have. It's not bad. Not a bad one to see. That card does nothing, but at least we like got through it and didn't have to draw it. Now they can go get like Blast Zone and kind of deal with things in a way over a couple turns. So now it's just a matter of, again, who draws better from this point. Except for I have Ugin, and they have a Blast Zone. So I'm theoretically favored in this spot, but things can change very, very quickly. Walking Ballista ends the game, I believe. Karn the Great Creator basically ends the game. Another Reality Smasher, that's a problem. That puts us on having to draw something next turn. It's unfortunate that they drew that off the top. I go down to 1. Have to draw something to deal with this. We have 3 dead cards in our hand. So, limited, very limited outs, I would say, at this point. Ballista. 3, 5. This is good enough. That is good enough. And that dismember is dead as well. Ballista is good enough. This is really going back and forth. They don't have enough mana to blast them up to 6, so that's good for me as well. It gives me another turn of Ugining. My guess is that their last card in hand is nothing. It's pure Tinny Magic, yep. It's literally just back and forth who draws like the good card. Ballista and Karn are both still lethal here for them. Can I fetch Tron first? Look at the Chalice on the board. Oh, they cracked 2 so they can Sky Sovereign. Okay. If they have a way to crew Sky Sovereign, then I'm dead here. Okay. Then we're fine. Once again, we were put in the spot where you have to top deck something. You have to top deck something here. Something. Pretty unfortunate that we drew 4 dead cards and they only drew 1. Or 1 exactly. Brutal. Brutal. Yeah, I mean, they top decked that Smasher on us. That was like full brutal. They top decked a couple times incredibly well there. We top decked a couple times well as well, but not quite as well as them. Okay, let's take out the 6 dead cards. I feel like this happens to me so often. Smash in response to trigger. I mean, the problem with that is, it makes it so they have a lot more outs, I think, than we do. Because any Matter Reshaper, I guess Ballista's still dead, Matter Reshaper, TKS. I mean, Karn still. I guess how many outs does it actually change? How many outs does it change? How many outs does it change for them versus what our outs are for that game? I'm not quite sure. The top deck. The thing is, we're not dead on board. Like, I guess it puts the situation difference from them having a top deck versus us having a top deck. Which, I mean, I'm not sure exactly how I should be looking at those situations. I don't know. We could have changed the outcome of that game in a couple different spots. We did actually have some play to it. I decided to play around like a Dismember on one of the turns. They just have Tron on turn 3. Unmodified. I mean, our hand curves out fairly nicely here, so... I mean, it's not quite straightforward. Okay, they don't have Tron, thank God. I want to have like maximum information on what they have, as well as like information on what we have. Okay, they don't have Tron, so that's nice. They left in Chalice. I feel like Karn the Great Creator is the actual most important card, even though they guarantee a TKS. Get down, they're going to take our Dismember, and we have Smasher, so I think that's fine for us. I think this is fine for us. I think it's fine to let them have this. Like, the thing is, if we let them have Karn and they go get, like, Bridge, it's, like, a pretty big problem. Whereas this, like, we just have, like, the way to get past it pretty easily. And we have, like, we are going to Ugin as well. Surprised I didn't crack this to go get, like, wow. Okay, well, now I see why they didn't do it. Wow. That surprised me a lot. That seems like a huge leak there. Wow, I would never expect that. I guess, like, they thought is that... I actually don't know what they thought as well. They're drawing fairly well. Surprised they didn't just get Tron and play this. What is happening? What is happening? Am I just like... Am I getting next level? I'm actually like, I don't understand what's happening. I mean, I'm trying to give my opponents the, like, I heard, like, some people getting upset that, like, oh, if you're, like, a streamer or something, calling your opponents bad. And I want to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're doing something, but I don't know. That was a little much, I feel like. I feel like their plays were a bit much there. I don't know. Eldrazi player comment was directed at you, Yama. E-tron scrubs, the E-tron good. I mean, based on how the game played out, I actually like exactly how I played the game. Which I guess, like, there wasn't that much play. There's the TK. Basically, there were two decision points there. Do I attack with the Matter Shaper to their Matter Shaper to give them the potential for Tron for something if they've got, like, double really, really good spell in their hand? If I TKS them, as well as, like, potentially ramping them. This hand, I think, is a trap on the draw. This hand obviously sucks. Yeah. This hand is a unfortunate keep. I think mulliganing to 4. It's too bad. So they brought in relics and had chalice. So on their deck. Are they just gonna turn 3 Tron me? They're just gonna have natural. They have natural, you know. What can you do? This is like how my last couple, like, oh, they don't have natural. Okay. They had natural, I don't think. Well, I guess they could still have natural. Just think it's much more unlikely if they have that. Very surprised they did that over just cracking the relic. But I guess if they just have TKS here, it makes a bit more sense. So their hand, I mean, they had to use 2 cards to get this out. So we're kind of up on cards again. They haven't done anything with this. We're kind of not great spot, but we're even-ish, I would say. I don't know what they take, you know. This game, we have a realistic chance of winning. Took card, acceptable. Another temple here would put us in the driver's seat. That's not bad as well. That puts us in a pretty damn good spot, if I have to say so. Wormcoil, Reality Smasher. I expect this game to go a lot longer than it is right now. And our Smasher, I think, can deal with their Smasher. And they're also, like, 2 mana away still from Smasher. But I expect the game to go longer. I think I need to take the Wormcoil engine because it's not reasonable for us to beat it. They drew Dismember. Not a bad draw. If we can draw land and play our Smash before they play their Smasher, that makes them have to be on the defense. I think that's really good for us. We drew land. That land's actually one of the better lands to draw for us. Buffers our life total a little bit as well. And it's possible they just don't draw land for their Smasher. And if they don't, then they're in a really, really rough spot. Okay, they drew land. That was to be expected. There's the hope that their hand was going to be, like, incredibly clunky for some reason. They attack. I would be baffled. I think I want to play Relic, crack it, play Matter Shaper here. What do I want to do here? I'm already down a dismember. Do I want the board? I think I want to clear the board here. I think it's better for me to clear the board here. Because there's the potential that their hand is not, like, really doing anything, and then our Matter Shaper gets to actually pressure them. That's very scary. Very, very scary. Really just have Karn? TKS. Okay. Probably take our Ballista here. And we get Tech Edged, and they just have, like, so much mana. Oh, no. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? Their draw steps were not only not bad, they were the best possibles in a row. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Their 3 draw steps were completing Tron, TKS, Karn. Wow. Wow. Wow, man. Yeah, both games 1 and 3. Hand was nutted. Hit the Tron land to make it even more nutted. I don't know how to win this game. I don't know if there is a way to win this game. If I drew Dismember here, or, like, Dismember would have been obviously great, then it would have changed the whole game. I think they played really badly here. Because, like, if we just draw Dismember, the game, like, is super in our favor. And instead of doing this, they could have just, like, plussed or, like, minus or something different, Tech Edge here and just be in a way better spot. Not be dead to Dismember. Like, I have to attack Karn here. Try to draw, like, Dismember, and then, like, I don't know. I don't know. That's the E-tron mirror for you. It's, like, a lot of luck involved. Yeah. Yeah. Right on time, deck. I have to do this, so... Right on time, deck. Like, if we would have drawn the Dismember there, game over for them. Not game over, but game in a really bad spot for them. Game is still not quite over. It's pretty over, but it's not quite over. They could make mistakes again. Yeah, if we would have drawn that Dismember instead of the Ulamog, I think we win the game. Or at least be in a really good spot. I guess I could have Tech Edged them. But the thing is, if we Tech Edge them, we're out a lot of our outs. Which I guess they're going to Tech Edge us anyways. But then we're down to 2 lands and we're just like close to dead. I don't know. Why not break up Tron there? If we break up Tron, they Tech Edge us, they eat our temple, and then what are we at? We're at 2 lands and we're at like 3 lands in play or whatever. Gets rid of most, if not all, of our outs. No Stormers on top. We cannot crack Relic because they have Karn out. This game's... We need to draw another Ballista for one and then have nothing, which they obviously have Ulamog, so we're just dead. I mean, like, you know... What are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? Sometimes opponents... This is the E-tron mirror. This is the E-tron mirror. Saw their hand and they just only drew greats after we TKS them. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, that's how Magic goes sometimes. Hopefully we can do better in the next round. See you guys there. Okay, we're back for round 2. We're on the draw against Monies. Yeah, the sand is like not keepable. Now there's this one. Feels bad we have to keep this hand, I think. He could be on Amulet. He could be on... Amulet, just like an awful matchup for us, so it's going to be unlikely that we win this one, but let's see. There's a chance. We can get to turn 3 and TKS something important from them. Maybe we can win. Oh, here she comes. Arboreal Grazer. That's being bad value, just 4-0, you won every time. But 3-1, you literally don't even like get anything. So it's like not even that good of value. What's good is that they can't Titan me next turn unless they have something very specific. You gain 3 chests or something? Well, that was something very specific. Getting turn 3 when we're on the draw. Resident Sleeper. Sometimes you get turn 3'd. I mean, Titan decks are and will continue to be bad matchups for Tron. Or not Tron, for my deck at least. This hand sucks like so much. Even if we draw Tron, it's not that great. This hand looks a lot better. Bring Torpor. Oh, bring Torpor. I think it's just bad. Hopefully they don't just natural Ghost Quarter me or some like cleansing wildfire garbage. Doesn't look like they have it. Or is this power plant? It's like they kept somewhat of a slow one, which is nice for us. For 4. So they're gonna Titan next turn. It's not the end of the world for us though, because we can Ugin it down and like pump up Ballista and actually get in for a lot of damage. Yeah, I think we're highly likely to win here. We can't play another land here, so my Tron's not going to be broken up. So we get in for 10 here, down to 8. I would say that they don't have any outs, but I mean, Amulet Titan has done me dirty before, so anything's possible. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I kind of just have to run it back and hope for the best. This hand sucks like a lot. They kept 7. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see if we get turn 3 again. Ghost Quarter. Yeah. I'm just getting turn 3 again. It's whatever. Just on the draw, getting turn 3 twice. The cards tap faster. I don't think so. It's whatever, man. Whatever, man. Kind of just not much to say about this matchup. I mean, Money's luck boxed me twice, and I only luck boxed him once. Need to win the die roll. We're not quite dead here, so that's something. Not just dead. Unless they just have like another Titan, which is possible. Okay, they don't. I guess I just do this, play bridge, hope for the best. Hope for the best. Nothing's something right now. The reason I like Warping Whale is because I've been playing against a lot of that like 5-color Scapeshift deck. A lot. If I wasn't playing against that, I would go away from Warping Whales. And they could just have Rex Sage here. Very reasonable. Very, very reasonable for them to have Rex Sage here. If they just have it, you know, we're just dead to this, I believe. They somehow don't have Rexes. Maybe they're thinking about some, like, absurdly big brand line where they can kill me here. But, yeah, they have Rex saves. I'm not necessarily dead. Possibly can, like, all this dust them for next turn. The thing is, they have Ghost Quarter. Maybe they Ghost Quarter my Urza's power plant and I get lucky. So there's a chance. Hmm. Okay. That gives me hope. They're smart, they'll go after tower, because that's the one I searched for. Yeah. Still draw tower. Did not draw tower. Okay, I mean, this game is not over yet. This game is not over yet. Yeah. Based on what they actually had in hand, I think we... maybe we could have won. So unlikely still, though. They got another Valakut. They draw a Dryad here for turn. I'm gonna take that. I don't have a choice. Maybe we can win still. Playing some big brain amulet list that, because they were big brain, they lost in the situation, or potentially lost. Okay, it's a lot of Valakuts. No attacks, well. If I can draw to my All Is Dust. If I draw a tower, or like map, this game is very, very winnable. I cannot believe that I'm still in this game. Templar Tower, yeah. Maybe I'm supposed to be attacking with Matter Shaper at that point. Okay, now I'm dead. Wait, yeah, I'm just dead now. Yeah. I wasn't going to draw land, like, forever. I feel like my opponent built their deck really badly, but it just didn't matter at all because the matchup's so good for them. I guess I could have, like, if I understood they built their deck badly, I could have won, because I would have gone TKS, take the Summoner's Pact, instead of playing Karn on that one turn. But then they Ghost Quartered us anyways, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. I could have played a lot differently if I understood my opponent built their deck poorly. But, you know, that's how it goes. And hopefully I can do better in the next round. I'll see you guys there. Okay, we're back for round 3 now, I think. think my opponent is on Scape, like the 5-color Bring to Light deck. Like Scape Shift stuff, so I think I want to mulligan that. Now, mulligan to 6, mulligan to 6, our 6 looks great, so. Have Warping Whale plus card plus Tron. Pretty easy for me. Probably get rid of Temple there, actually. But it probably doesn't matter very much. Uniform terrorizes modern. That's a great title. Broken even after some ban. Omna. There's this power plant. Let's just go get Sunring Titan, leave up Warping Whale. Probably gonna be good enough. Ooh, that is interesting. Now I can do multiple things. Now I can do them both. Perfect. That was what I call a good draw. That was a good draw step for us. Well, I'm going to Warping Whale that Valky, and he is going to be very sad, I think. Like, sell this, and they're going to lose their, like, whole board. So, it's not going to be looking good for them. Yeah, they've seen enough. They've seen enough. So I have Ren. I just have to respond to some messages. And they probably have Path Exile, so like Chalice is like kind of good-ish. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of run it back. Hope for the best. This is not the hand we're looking for. Let me tell you, Waste not the land in this matchup. This has a lot of desirable cards in it. keep this hand and probably loses to... Okay. Another temple gives us some interesting things. I have Chalice Giver Sim, Path Exile. I guess I could just look at their deck list. They usually post it to Twitter. I probably should have done that. I don't know what cards they're the Mystical Archives. Yeah, they have 3 Paths, 3 Bolts. Not great, but that could be somewhat reasonable. I mean, I think we just have to accept that they have, like, the Bring to Light, and we're just, like, kind of screwed. Because I think if we just leave their, like, Ren around here, it's, like, problematic for us as well. And if they don't have the Bring to Light, you know. They just have it. Looks like they do. Make sure they get the Scape Shift, and then we'll concede. John Lyman game. Yeah, like, sucks, but yeah, maybe I just have to, like, not play with Chalice. Maybe they'll cut, like, some Path/Bolts. Now I show them Chalice in game 2. Not having game 3, I don't know, maybe. Matchups, like, played against 2, what I believe to be, like, bad matchups, but Tron with turn 4 Ulamog, I will keep. We also have turn 3 Wormcoil Engine. I think this is reasonable. Put a mulligan 6. It's nice for us. To introduce myself and taste. Be a man. So great. Valakut. Hopefully they don't Cleansing Wildfire my Urza's Mine. That would be a disaster. Point. What's in you? It's the nature of my game. Petersburg. Although was it time for a chain? They are not going to be happy here. I've got a feeling. I'm a very strong Magic the Gathering player who is very good at Magic. I would not be happy if I was him. I would not be happy if I was Kane. I would not be happy if I was Kane. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you just gotta do them dirty. Sometimes you just gotta do them dirty. Man of wealth and taste. Bombay. Yeah, you know, this is the power of Eldrazi Tron sometimes. You basically just play like a Tron deck sometimes, and people have to board differently. Because you're playing Eldrazi Tron. So, sometimes you just get them, and that's the way it goes. GG easy, and let's, maybe 1 and 2, but we can rally back to at least a min cash, and that's the hope. We'll see you guys there. Okay, we're back for round 4. Final round. I think this is a clear mulligan. Doesn't really do much. We're on the play. I'm going to keep this hand and lose with it. I'm going to try and high roll Tron land or Eldrazi Temple here with backdoor to like just a land for Orping Whale. Yeah, not quite what I want to see. My fitness. That's that man, right? No, you rights consumption people. I mean, I have fun playing it in the same way that I have fun gambling, because I think gambling is fun sometimes. Though, you know, I wouldn't really want to gamble in important situations, even if gambling is like the correct thing to do in certain situations. Oh lord, this is what my opponent's doing. Okay, let's get rid of download creativity. My opponent is deciding to Chizuru. Does Grafdigger's Cage stop my opponent's... You guys know what combo deck my opponent's playing, right? It's like the dragon thing. Does Grafdigger's Cage stop the dragon from doing its thing? Ooh. I guess they have Prismari command, so it doesn't really matter. I guess just doing this is better. Just get bridge. Well, no, getting bridge doesn't... This card destroys artifacts, so... The problem with getting, like, a bridge is that they just have this to kill an artifact. That's the problem I have with doing that. So I think doing just this... Because I also thought about this, like, oh, get Sorcerer's Spyglass, name their Wooded Foothills. Ebony or whatever. Yeah. I mean, we had the like, the thing is, we have to take the Indelible Creativity, because we don't know we're going to draw Urza's Power Plant the next turn. Like, obviously, if we know we're going to draw Urza's Power Plant, we could probably take Prismari Command and, like, maybe do something. But, like, even then, it's a little bit sketchy. Discards Wooded... Wow, that is scary that they discarded this. Bolting plus Prismari. Oh, Bolt plus this. I mean, we still have them with Ballista, so we're good. And they get me with like a remand here, but you know. Yep, and they've seen enough. bring in Spatial Contortion. Kind of down to just keep the deck as it is, but Chalice of Void seems kind of bad too. Maybe I'll bring in Spatial, because like I can cheese. And do this. Maybe list it for X equals 2. If it gets remanded, you can replay it. Makes us bad to like a lightning bolt. This hand seems kind of bad. This hand's bad. We got turn 2 TKS, you know. I'll keep. They probably have some way to counter this, but you know, I'm still gonna play it. Don't mess around. Remand. Remand is the enemy of Eldrazi Tron. Quiniac, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Igor Grecia. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Winning is a subjective term, I would say. You know, can you really say winning is objective in any way? Bolt, Prismari command, dog activity. I've stayed creativity. Those bolts are very annoying. They just rip it off the top. It's an interesting card to draw. That is a very interesting card to draw. So they're down bolt. The O2 draw section most of the time whining. Damn thing, you're the god of the copy pasta. Put mountain. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Time warp. Sure. Time warp's fine. They don't have the Prismari command. They do have the bolt though. No drop. I know. That makes sense. The professor, you know, in life, I used to think a lot of people go like, oh yeah, I guess not in life. This is in regards to tower line. In regards to, you know, like social media, it's like, oh, you want to block as many people as possible. It's like, don't want to listen to things that you don't want to hear and stuff. But, you know, I've come to the conclusion that, you know, try and listen to as many of the most absurd thoughts as you can, or the most absurd things people can say as possible. It'll give you the whole context, the whole sphere, you know, the whole range of things that people do and say. And you go like, wow, I didn't think anyone could think like this. Because when you think like that, there's certain situations in which you'll think people will act in certain ways. You'll be like, okay, yeah, it's like, I can do this because another person will act like this. never expect someone to act rationally. Never expect people to act in the way that you would act. Because then you're going to be, it's just all going to go downhill for you. So you're unbanning Wombo. No. Because I still interact with Wombo in many other facets. I still see him on Twitter. I still interact with him, in stream chats. Some that aren't mine. But when I'm doing my job or, I'm trying to relax or have a fun time, he is not conducive to that. It's like, how do I explain it? I've heard what he has had to say, and continue to hear what he has to say in other places. And you know what? I've said, I've heard enough. Explanation's gold. I think I'm just going to Pithing Needle Ren 6 here. I want to see their hand first, though. Yeah, Prismari Command is the disaster card. But they have to use a bolt on my Karn. But the thing is, I still see what Wombo and some of these other kids say that annoys me. Loads of things I see that are annoying, and loads of things, you just gotta get used to it and put it in yourself. Resilient. Getting Twitch for some adult interaction. I was expecting too much. Twitch is a daycare. In a lot of streams, Twitch is a daycare. I mean, for a long time, I think the Magic section of Twitch was mainly adults. It's really bad. That's very bad for me. I think I have to do... No, I can't do that. Yeah. A lot of people were not fun people to interact with as a teenager for adults. But I learned that looking back on what I used to do as a teenager, I was very cringe. Very cringe. Very cringe. I don't think that many really. It doesn't matter how many people play Magic that are teenagers. It's how many people who are active in Twitch chats that are teenagers. And that is a problem. I think they get to take the rest of the turns now. The Ren 6 emblem. And a lot of people call them the Zoomer Cabal or whatever, but a lot of them are... I think I want to do... Relic's fine. But people call the Zoomer Cabal. They're teenagers, and most of them act as such, and are largely annoying to me. Sometimes they're completely acceptable, sometimes they're reasonable, sometimes they're good to interact with. But for me, mostly, I don't enjoy interacting with them. I know other people are completely fine with it, and it's something that they both enjoy and like. For me, usually not my cup of tea. And they could say the same thing for me, that they don't like interacting with me very much. Or they like to poke fun or whatever at me. This is adult speakers. Just completely fair thing to say. Something about it. Life went on as though it didn't happen. What is it? There was someone, I can't remember how they described it, but basically, the only way to cancel someone is to put them out of relevance. But it depends on what you mean by cancel and what you were trying to get. Another thing that you're getting canceled by. We adore you. Darwin Nash quote. Something like that. I think it was him or someone else. I can't remember. Maybe it was like Logan Paul or some shit. Whoever said it, very smart. Tell people, oh, I still have to act like children. I mean, that happens sometimes as well. I just know the very specific children that I usually don't like interacting with in chat. And one way to find a person that you know you won't like interacting with in a chat is literally just ask them to type in XQCL. Well, actually, you don't have to ask them to do it because they'll do it themselves. And if they type in that, then you know, just that's like a sign. Even me, who doesn't like to block people, I would love to block anyone who types that in any chat or anywhere. Like, that is how you know someone is cringe. Any XQC emotes. I said like, some of the Zoomers are people that I don't like to interact with. Because they're kind of like how I was when I was in, like, middle school. Or not middle school, I guess high school, to an extent. Kind of screwed here. What do those letters means? They're an emote. What do I do here? Thing is, like, everything gets beat by Teferi. That's the problem I have. So, like, I could source a Spyglass or Teferi, I guess. So that's my game plan. I wish I didn't use that map like I did. That ended up costing me a lot. I didn't think they'd have Cleansing Wildfire in their hand and not use it. Because it's so absurd to me. Like, why would you ever Teferi with what your hand looks like there, actually? I'm actually so confused. I'm so confused now. That doesn't make any sense. That literally doesn't make any sense to me, how this game played. How do you ever play? How do you ever do that? How do you ever do that? Wait, what? Like, the more I'm thinking about it, it doesn't make any sense. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I mean, they demolished me. They I don't know if you could consider outplaying, but they definitely got me. They definitely got me. I can say that much. They definitely demolished me. It actually doesn't make any sense. Their hand didn't make any sense. How do you play Teferi there? How do you play Teferi there? You have Remand. You have Cleansing Wildfire to stop the Tron. I just don't understand. I don't understand, man. I just don't. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. They got me. I mean, I guess I deserve to lose. I think with the information that I had, my play made the most amount of sense. And it just happened that my opponent's hand was the worst case scenario for exactly how I ended up playing the game. I can't. I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. They got me, I guess, though. Well, if you watch this on YouTube and you like seeing my misery of that last game, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch and Twitter in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.